see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy...
Ahead of the official launch of the Pramac Yamaha team in Italy, the paddock was heated by a quietly circulating rumor. Without the spotlight and without any major announcements, Yamaha held another V4 engine test at the Misano circuit in Italy. Surprisingly, Toprak was once again a central figure in the closed-door session. The test was conducted in complete secrecy, involving only core Yamaha personnel and a few key technicians. However, leaks from the paddock suggested that this test was not simply about collecting data, but rather focused on final validation of the V4 engine package Yamaha is preparing for the 2026 MotoGP project. Toprak reportedly conducted several long runs with different configurations, particularly in the areas of engine braking, throttle response on corner entry, and stability under extreme braking, areas that have long been hallmarks of his riding style. Several observers at Misano noted that the Yamaha V4 engine sounded more thick and aggressive than in previous tests, indicating a significant evolution in the power delivery character. What makes this situation even more intriguing is that the secret test took place just days before the Pramac Yamaha team's launch in Italy. Many believe this is no coincidence. Yamaha is believed to want to ensure that all technical elements are fully prepared before its public debut, while also sending a strong signal that the V4 project has entered a serious and mature phase. Inside sources also stated that Toprak provided very detailed technical input, particularly regarding the stability of the front end of the bike when entering fast corners, a crucial area at Misano. Data from this test was reportedly directly compared against rival benchmarks, including Ducati and Aprilia, to determine how close Yamaha is to the top level of MotoGP. Amid speculation about Pramac's role in Yamaha's new structure, this test sent one clear message: Yamaha is no longer waiting, and the V4 project is no mere experiment. With Toprak again entrusted with crucial testing in Italy, Yamaha seems to be confirming that they are preparing a big surprise ahead of the 2026 season. The Pramac Yamaha team launch may have been filled with smiles and official photo ops, but behind the scenes, Yamaha's V4 engine was already screaming at Misano, and the MotoGP world was beginning to realize that something big was brewing. Here's the full news. Ahead of the crucial moment of the official launch of the Pramac Yamaha team in Italy, Yamaha chose to operate in complete silence. Without a press release, without the spotlight, and far from the public hustle and bustle, the Iwata-based manufacturer once again conducted a secret test of its Yamaha V4 engine at the Misano circuit in Italy. To the paddock's surprise, Toprak was once again entrusted with leading the crucial session. The test took place behind closed doors and with the utmost secrecy. Only a handful of senior Yamaha technicians, V4 project engineers, and Toprak's closest associates were seen in the pit area. There was no major branding or flashy activity, but paddock sources reported that this was one of Yamaha's most important tests throughout the V4 project. Unlike previous tests, which focused more on concept exploration, this Misano test was described as a maturation stage. Yamaha reportedly wanted to ensure that the characteristics of the V4 engine were truly aligned with the needs of modern MotoGP racing, especially in terms of corner acceleration, wheel spin control, and stability under hard braking. Toprak, with his signature extreme riding style, became a living measuring stick for Yamaha. In several runs he was seen deliberately entering corners at aggressive angles, delaying braking until the limit, and then opening the throttle early. The telemetry data from this session was said to be very rich and was immediately analyzed to compare the performance of the Yamaha V4 with rival machines, particularly Ducati, which has long set the gold standard. Internal sources stated that the response of the Yamaha V4 engine is now much smoother yet still ferocious, especially in the mid-range. This signals that Yamaha is starting to find a balance between power and control, something that has been a weakness for years since the inline-4 engine era, when they lagged behind their competitors. What made this test even more significant was its timing. The test took place just days before the launch of the Pramac Yamaha team in Italy. Many observers considered this move not merely a technical preparation, but a psychological strategy. Yamaha wanted to ensure that what they would present to the public was not just promises, but the tangible results of hard work on the track. Pramac's role in Yamaha's new structure was also highlighted. With its status as the main satellite team, Pramac is believed to be a crucial part of the bike's development. The secret test at Misano sparked speculation that Yamaha's 2026 V4 package had been prepared for immediate adoption by more than one team, not just the factory team. Toprak himself reportedly provided extensive detailed input, particularly regarding front tire feel, the transition from braking to cornering, and the bike's stability during rapid changes of direction. Critical characteristics on a technical circuit like Misano. This input reportedly directly influenced revisions to chassis settings and engine mapping. Behind all the secrecy, one message began to emerge clearly. Yamaha was no longer in the experimental phase. The V4 project had entered a serious phase, and Toprak's consistent involvement demonstrated Yamaha's confidence in the Turkish rider. While the Pramac Yamaha team launch was held amidst floodlights and cheers, the public might have only seen the new livery and the riders' smiles. But behind the scenes, Yamaha's V4 engine had already spoken at Misano, and it was loud enough to put rivals on alert ahead of the 2026 MotoGP season. Something even the 8-time champion considered important and dangerous. And here's the full story. The 2026 MotoGP season once again delivered a story that shook the paddock. It wasn't about the top speed record, nor was it a duel on the official racetrack, but rather a behind-the-scenes moment that is now a serious topic of conversation among riders, engineers, and team managers. In the midst of a closed-door test session, which took place without the spotlight of the main cameras, Toprak Razgatlioglu pulled off a maneuver that has been called the most implausible maneuver in the modern MotoGP era. Initially, the test session proceeded as usual. Riders focused on long runs, race pace simulations, and aerodynamic data collection. But everything changed when Toprak began to increase his rhythm. For the first few laps, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. His times were competitive, but not yet surprising. Then, in one of the tough corners, a notoriously risky braking point, Toprak did something that made many jump out of their seats. He braked much later than the typical MotoGP benchmark. The braking distances typical of other riders seemed to be ignored. The front tire of the Yamaha V4 was pushed to its extreme limit, the rear of the bike swung slightly, but instead of losing control, the bike changed direction with near-perfect precision. The angle of the turn was so sharp, it was as if the laws of physics were being renegotiated. In the pit lane, Marc Marquez watched the moment on the data monitor. His expression immediately changed. Marquez is not a rider easily startled. He thrives on extreme style and an instinct for attack. But what he saw this time left him speechless for longer than usual. Some around him said Marquez even asked the crew again, "Whose lap was that?" A rare reaction from a rider with his level of confidence. The maneuver didn't happen once. Toprak repeated it on the next lap, then again with a slight variation in the entry angle. The result was the same. The bike was stable, the corner exit was clean, and the exit speed actually increased. Yamaha telemetry data showed front tire pressure and braking angles that were outside the normal MotoGP range. Yamaha engineers even thought there was a sensor problem. But after further checks, onboard, GPS and high-speed video, everything confirmed one thing: the maneuver was real. Toprak had truly transferred his signature superbike style to MotoGP, without compromise, without half-hearted adjustments. What made the situation even more serious was that Toprak's lap times in that area were faster than those of several experienced MotoGP riders participating in the test. This meant this wasn't just a risky stunt, but a real performance advantage. In the world of MotoGP, a discovery like this could be a deadly weapon. In the paddock, the atmosphere began to change. Several rival team crews were seen approaching the Yamaha area, trying to steal information. technical discussions became more intense than usual. Many began to realize that Toprak's style wasn't just
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease.